Brilliance Audio presents New Slow City, Living Simply in the World's Fastest City by William Powers, performed by Adam Verner. Our moving van dashes over the Williamsburg Bridge as we hurtle into Manhattan to start our slow year. My head is partway out the passenger window. Wind massages my scalp. The East River sparkles below, and the New York skyline swells against a metallic blue sky. The Empire State Building towers haughtily over everything until it's hidden by a cluster of approaching Alphabet City high-rises. I'm flush with excitement. Manhattan, our new life. As Jack, our overweight chain-smoking van driver, floors it. "Bill?" my wife Melissa shouts as I hoot out the window. "What happened to slow?" I reluctantly pull my head back in. Who doesn't love a bit of speed? Jack accelerates even more, and I revel. My instinctual trepidation over Manhattan, the Gordon Gekko greed, the paucity of green, the incisor-like skyscrapers, is swallowed up in the roller coaster rush of arrival as we fly over the water. The multitasking crack of 24/7 connectedness gives me a similar rush. I'm the first to admit that 21st century life triggers pleasant chemistry. Suddenly, the Williamsburg slam dunks us into Lower East Side gridlock. Jack slams on the brakes. "Jesus H. Christ on a popsicle stick," he mutters, taking a drag on his cigarette. Garbage bags are piled high on pedestrian-choked Canal Street sidewalks. Taxi exhaust blends with the tobacco smoke. My buzz dies as anxiety balls in my stomach. I'm an outer borough boy. My Irish grandparents landed at Ellis Island and raised my father and his two siblings in Queens. I grew up on Long Island. Hence, I've got a bit of Saturday night fever angst around moving to a Greenwich Village apartment, breaking caste, and moving on up from a working-class Queens row house. I don't belong in Manhattan. Melissa, my wife of less than half a year, is scrunched next to me in the van, her hair still wisping around her gorgeous green eyes from the blustery crossing. She cradles a lamp under each arm. Our motivations are essentially at cross purposes. She is starting a new job as a program specialist at the United Nations that will probably mean working more, while I desire to do less. Will our attempt at slow city living stretch the bonds of our marriage? Here is our plan for the year. We'll live a minimalist, leisure-rich, spiritually mindful 12-by-12 life in the world's fastest city. First, we've already shed clutter by downsizing our square footage, moving to a micro-apartment that's 80% smaller than our former Queens home. Second, my goal is to work a maximum of only 2 days a week, freeing up time to interact with the city's cultural creatives who are innovating various facets of slow. My 5-day weekends will also allow me time for a whole lot of absolutely nothing. For a work junkie like myself, I figure simply being, resisting the urge to do for several hours a day in order to seek equanimity, will deeply challenge me. But I reached rock bottom in Queens. I have to slow down, even if Manhattan won't. Third, despite Melissa's full-time job, we've committed ourselves to spending a lot of time on the banks of the Hudson River and in Central Park, to a regular yoga practice, and to fostering daily mindfulness of the beauty of New York, thereby finding balance and joy.